Hey, I'm Guy.
I'm John.
It's our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like.
Yep. Also, check out our podcast below in the description. Go do that right now. Like the video.
All right, John, how about this? Your boy Za, from your time as a scout with the Philadelphia Eagles. You know Andy well. You know Brett Veach, the GM. On Thursday afternoon, Le'Veon Bell, a story that would have been one of the biggest stories in sports if it was 2 years ago, but it's right now, signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. And maybe he gets dismissed a little. He takes the year off. Then he plays for the Jets. And when I saw the Bleacher Alert on my phone, I said to you, what's the one place Le'Veon could go that would give you the most confidence that he's just going to be used right? And I think the answer is with Andy Reid in Kansas City.
Well, Andy's probably the best screen caller in league history. And Le'Veon for, really once he got to the league, 45 catches, 83 catches. Then he got injured. Remember, he had a bad knee injury on the sideline. 24 catches, but he came back from that, boom, 75, 85 catches. Like this guy, before he got to the Jets, was a prolific pass catcher. Even his first year with the Jets, I get looking at the stats, 66 catches. He is just, one thing my friends have told me in the league is that he looks dramatically slower than he did early on in his career. And he's never been a fast player, right? It was always like, fair to say he's one of the more unique running backs you've ever seen, just how slow he went to the line and then he would go. Yes. But they also could flex him out at wide receiver. He was this unique chess piece, but he wasn't that fast.
Right, but he didn't get called slow. He got called patient.
Yeah, because he was. But he had burst and he was very physical. The year off did not work in his favor, right? He wanted to draw a line in the sand, thought he was getting screwed for the franchise tag. Turns out he just didn't get any of that money, and then he got signed to a Jets contract, which, I think the guaranteed money was $27 million. Now, I would imagine the Chiefs are paying him the veteran minimum. This year he's played in 2 games. Remember, he had the hamstring injury. He's gained a total of 74 yards on the ground, guy. And he has 3 catches for 39 yards. His stat line this year is
that's less rushing yards than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I do think, watching the Chiefs the last couple of weeks, remember the first game against the Texans when Clyde Edward-Helaire. Helaire. H is silent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Helaire.
That was like the coming out party, but then it...
Well, I just think, if he's got to carry you, that's not really going to be his deal. To me, he's a great little 1-2 punch guy. And, if they will get the most out of this guy. If he has anything left, they will get something out of him. But remember was it last year they signed Shady McCoy? Yeah, it was last year they signed Shady McCoy. They'll just sign. Now, Andy had been around Shady. They've never been around Le'Veon. I just think that I think they feel like they're probably a little pass happy right now, and they just want a little balance to their offense to help Mahomes. Watch them against the Raiders, it felt like, they just passed it every play. Now, Andy likes to pass, but they clearly did this for a reason, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have outside
he's cheap. I mean, he's cheap.
To me, it's a low risk proposition. Like you said, in 3 weeks, if it's not working out, they'll move on. The reason I like it's not so much that I think Le'Veon Bell's about to be a star again. I just think this is the place where we will find out if he has anything left. The benefit of going to the Chiefs is they can make the most of you. The downside to going to the Chiefs is if it doesn't work, people will think, well, if it didn't work there, why would it work anywhere else, right? It's one thing when you're on the Jets. It's like, well, yeah, you might look slow, but you're on the Jets. I mean, it's a mess. You don't get that benefit of the doubt after the Chiefs give you a shot. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. Really, outside of Clyde, in terms of backs that they're throwing the ball to, they've got 11 targets for Darrell Williams, 6 catches. So to me, if he plays 5 games, he'll have more than 11 targets. But there's a spot for them to throw him the football. They throw Clyde the ball as much as they throw Sammy Watkins the ball. So we know who the clear number 1 is. I kind of thought that...
it is hard to give... Do you agree? You don't want, unless you draft the guy in the top 10, to just have your rookie running back be relied on to carry your offense. Or, carry that load is a lot to ask any player. Right? Yeah, even if it is a first-round running back. I just think they want to not put too much on the kid's shoulders. And they got this kind of gift. They didn't expect this to happen, right? Or I guess maybe the last 3 or 4 days, there were rumors about him getting traded. But I'd say a couple weeks ago, people just thought, he's just going to play there and just this year's going to be shitty. and then all of a sudden he gets cut. I mean, to cut a guy, they owed him $6 million. They paid him $6 million to go play for the Chiefs.
Well, don't skip over the trade rumors. Remember those?
This offseason?
No. Like the 24 hours of like, are they just going to trade Le'Veon? And everyone's like, no.
Yeah, well, yeah, no one was going to take the guy. Would you say that the signing was a disaster, right, for the Jets?
The signing was a disaster. His power play was a disaster. I mean, he still made money, but yeah, I don't think it was bad for everybody. The other thing I do wonder, now we see Tyreek and we talk about how fast he is all the time. I do think an offense as dynamic as this one, maybe he can be faster in that offense, not actually physically faster, but when you have so much to worry about defensively, it just gives you maybe a strategic advantage that helps you. Again, I'm not saying when I say Le'Veon could play a little faster that he actually is going to run faster. I'm just saying if the defense has other stuff to worry about, it perhaps gives him the effect of being faster. I don't know. I just think Le'Veon Bell was once upon a time one of the biggest stars in the league. It wasn't that long ago.
I think he was one of the best players in the league.
Right.
I mean, that couple years in Pittsburgh was unreal. Remember, he was on a team that beat Andy Reid and Alex Smith in the second round of the playoffs when they hosted him as the 2 seed, and the Steelers beat him. And then they went on to play New England. And remember, like the first play of the game, he got injured, and the Patriots kicked the shit out of him. But like, I just think that Andy Reid has coached against this guy and seen him be awesome. And then when you factor in it's not much money, plus, like unlike sometimes players like a Dez Bryant or a Mohamed Sanu or whoever, like the guy is on the street. I don't know why I said Dez, but like player X on the street and you just sign him midweek and he's got to play. This guy has been in the NFL.
Dez back soon?
No, but I'm just saying, like this guy, like Le'Veon Bell's going to play Monday, right? He's just been on a team practicing, playing football. It's not the transition for him just to like get in football shape. He might need to get in a little shape, but he's been playing football.
Right.
In theory.
Yeah. He's been an NFL player this year on the tax return.
Yeah. Yeah. For the worst team in the league.
Right. Still says NFL logo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go get him, Andy. Send Veach a text. Say, does he have an Instagram post we can comment on?
Yeah, I mean, because Twitter's down, so I'll see if Andy's on Instagram.